Greetings and salutations everyone, Crimson Nero here, and welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 2, also known as Rockman 2: The Mystery of Dr. Wily. Originally released in Japan on the NES or Famicom on December 24th, 1988, got released in the US on July 10th, 1989, Europe on December 14th, 1990, and Australia on December 25th, 1990. This game saw multiple re-releases on various platforms throughout the ages, such as the Sega Genesis slash Mega Drive for the Mega Man Wily Wars compilation. It got released on the PlayStation 2 and GameCube and even Xbox later for the Anniversary Collection. It saw multiple releases. I saw various releases on the 3DS and Wii U Virtual Console shops, the iOS, and the PSN. It was then also put onto the NES Classic in all various regions, and it is even on the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, which I am playing right here today. This game has seen a lot of acclaim. It is very, very popular. People really like it and say that it is the best classic Mega Man game in the entire franchise. And, might I add, now, as of this week, hopefully this week if I get this video out on time, if not last week, we saw the release of Mega Man 11, the 11th main entry in the classic franchise, excluding things like Mega Man and Bass and a few other various games such as like Mega Man 5 on Game Boy. But Mega Man 2 is seen to be the absolute pinnacle of the Blue Bomber's original adventures in his classic form. Obviously, Mega Man has seen many incarnations throughout the ages in different types of, well, genres for that matter, but also various series and sub-series that all stem pretty much from this little blue guy here. I mean, we've already played through Mega Man Powered Up, which was a remake on the PSP of the original Mega Man. But now, we're playing Mega Man 2, because, hey, Mega Man 2 is pretty darn awesome. And, of course, I'm playing on difficult mode, and, of course, as the boss order lovingly likes to remind us, is that, hey, Metal Man is first. And one of the things that everyone is very aware of when it comes to Mega Man 2 is that the reason why you go to Metal Man first is because his weapon, the Metal Blade, is absolutely super powerful, has tons of use due to its insane amount of weapon ammo, and is generally the absolute best, the best sub-weapon that we get in the entire classic franchise, and that's saying a lot. However, at the same time though, I feel like the developers almost knew that Metal Man was the best choice to go for first, because his weapon is super powerful, and almost right off the bat, you were put into a scenario where all you have to do is a bunch of platforming. There's almost no enemies until this spot, and also the biggest things is that you get an extra life. And more importantly, an E-Tank. E-Tanks have actually originated from this title. Actually, quite a number of different mechanics and various things in the Mega Man franchise that go on to stem to the Mega Man X, Zero, and ZX franchises. E-Tanks are a new item that are one-use items that you can use to fully replenish all of your health. And that makes Mega Man 2 pretty much one of the absolute easiest of the classic games. However, there are several reasons why there are multiple differences between the original difficulty, which is the US difficult mode, and also the American normal mode, I should say. It's not easy mode. One of the biggest things is that one of the biggest reasons why normal mode is a lot easier is, actually, there are two reasons. A, ammo drops and health drops are way more plentiful in normal mode, as well as as well as your weapons do a lot more damage to enemies and robot masters, and even some enemies actually behave in different ways. We saw that that there was that one enemy that was made out of like basically a pile of gray cans or cylinders. In US difficult mode, aka the only difficulty that the Japanese version saw, with that difficulty, the cans actually fall over after you hit the enemy one time. So they take two hits to actually defeat. However, in the easy mode, geez, keep on calling it easy mode. In normal mode, they actually only have 1 health, and all you have to do is just hit them once and you're good. Now, Metal Man will... I mean, I've heard things of like, oh, he'll throw as many metal blades as you throw out pellets from your buster. Though I only shot once there, and yet he whoop, got him. He shot multiple blades, even though I shot 1 pellet. So I'm not sure about the 100% on exactly what he does with that. But hey, good news is we beat him on the first try with a single pip of health left. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but we got this. We did it. It's all good. We're good. And we get the metal blades. Also, another thing that Mega Man 2 brought to the table is a password system. Mega Man 1 did not have a password system, aka, so therefore, if you wanted to, if you lost all your lives and got a game over, you had to start the whole game from the very beginning. Mega Man 2 luckily puts a little bit of leniency on the player and allows you to continue after a game over, if you hit continue, you will start the game on the stage that you were currently on with 2 lives, technically 3 because of the 0th life, and you just go from there, and all of your weapon ammo also gets completely replenished. So, hooray for that. This was obviously during a time where games were a lot more difficult, and also lives were definitely a lot more of a common things to keep track of in various platforming games. I mean, we've seen it in more recent games in the Mario and Sonic franchises, is that lives are starting to get taken out, honestly. In Mega Man 11, lives are still a thing, so make sure that you, don't recklessly run around, but, games are a lot easier and also just are a lot generally better designed, just because of like, hey, you don't have to go through absurdly obnoxious levels that were specifically made to annoy the player and only test their limits of really patience rather than anything else. Now these enemies right here, in normal mode, if you attack them, you'll just in one hit, they'll be annihilated. In difficult mode, if you hit them once, they'll lose their shell, and they'll start running around, like so. However, the normal buster does not actually get down far enough to actually kill them off, so most of the time I just ignore them. I have not memorized all the different, shrimp. I have not memorized all the different names for all the different enemies in the Mega Man franchise, spanning all 30 years of the Mega Man franchise, whether it's X, ZX, Star Force, Battle Network, Classic, X, doesn't matter. I haven't memorized all the enemy names. I know a few, I know some of the big ones, but at least for Mega Man 2, probably not gonna memorize a whole bunch of them. Oh yeah, I guess another thing, I'm trying to remember, considering I haven't played the original version of Mega Man 1 in a long time. I don't think that game had water physics, but hey, in Mega Man 2, we got water physics. And also, yes, I'm not the first one to say this, but hey, those enemies look a lot like Metroids. Also, you can't have water segments in a Mega Man game without, spikes everywhere, so watch where you jump. As I will most likely fail to do at some point throughout the game. I say be careful, and yet I'm totally going to screw up at any given moment. Man, it's so weird that we have a new classic Mega Man game after almost a whole decade since the last one we had. I mean, we saw various re-releases of the Legacy Collection 1 and 2. We saw that on the Switch, we saw it on Steam, we saw it on PlayStation 4, we saw it on Xbox, we saw it on a lot of places. And I'm glad that, you know, people are still willing to give the Blue Bomber a try because, hey, we ended up getting a brand new game out of it. I haven't currently played Mega Man 11, but it looks really good from what I've seen. I'm pretty sure that the composer for Mega Man 2 is actually going to be at MagFest 2019, which I intend on attending. All right, and we got Bubble Man, who is weak to E-Tanks. Yes, of course. Who is weak to the Metal Blades, just like almost everything else in this game. So, Mega Man 2, once you get the Metal Blades, kind of goes through the same general issue that Super Castlevania 4 does. And that is, one of your weapons allows you to attack in 8 different directions, and basically allows you to almost exclusively play through the game using that weapon. In Super Castlevania 4, your standard whip, Simon's Whip, the Vampire Killer, is able to attack in 8 different directions and also do that little whip dangle thing that I'm pretty sure they're also bringing into Smash Brothers Ultimate, which I'm super excited about. But in Mega Man 2, you have the Metal Blades, and the Metal Blades can, as we have seen, can fire off into 8 different directions, and as a result, you know, it makes aiming or firing at enemies really easy because, hey, you can aim and shoot basically in any direction you could possibly conceive. And this is really good for enemies who are above you at an angle that you can't necessarily jump at. I'm going to try somewhat to not totally abuse the Metal Blades, but you know what? Towards the end of the game, it'll be just Metal Blades for days because, you know, that's how you play Mega Man 2. Ah, these guys. The Sniper Joes and their ride armors. That's not a Gundam. I mean, it has a gun on it, but it's not the same. See, that is a good use of using the Metal Blades. And sometimes I feel as if that Mega Man 2 is actually kind of designed around the Metal Blades, which is an interesting thing to think about. I'll just let you dance there, it's all good. Later. Let's see. I want to be blue for this. Also, yeah, Flashman stage is the ice physics stage for some odd reason. I don't know why, but hey, it's a thing. And with your stellar platforming skills, you get an E-Tank. Hooray! Unfortunately, we can't continue going to the right using that that's way up there because there is that little way that little tiny part that blocks us off, which can only be accessed by using a weapon that we will get later. I'm playing Mega Man 2 as if not every single other person on the internet hasn't played Mega Man 2 before. I mean, hey, it's a really good game, and there are so many ways of playing it. Plus, it's a really good game to actually get into the classic series with, because Mega Man 1 is a little archaic in its design works, and also is one of the hardest games in the entire classic franchise. Oh, he barely hit me there. Mega Man 1 is one of the hardest games in the classic franchise, in my opinion, just because that, you know, it kind of suffered from first game itis where they were still figuring a lot of things out, so much so that it only had 6 bosses instead of the, as of Mega Man 2, traditional 8 bosses, but if you played the PSP remake of 1, then you got 8 bosses anyway because of the inclusion of Oil Man and Time Man. A message from Dr. Light! It's Santa Claus! Item 3 complete. Get your weapons ready! Yes, the items. So there are 3 different items in the game that you get from defeating various bosses. Item 1, Item 2, Item 3. Let's see. My order is a little bit out of whack in terms of how I play this game. If I'm playing normal mode or American normal mode, I typically start with Airman of all dudes, and then I kind of go the direction I'm going right now. And considering we just beat Flashman, the best course of action would be to technically go to Quickman, but I like to save him for last just because that his stage is a little bit difficult and I don't really feel like always going through it. Then again, wait, we just got item number 3, so... You know, if my platforming is good, I think I might actually do this. And we got Quickman! And, yeah, just to kind of tell you exactly what kind of stage this is, yeah, the fact that they give you a free life at the beginning of the stage, doesn't always bode well. Yep. That works too. Oh, this doesn't seem too bad. I thought this stage was gonna be hard. Oh, no! Yep, force beams. Instant kill lasers. Yep, the whole entire gimmick of Quickman stage, lo and behold, is actually to be, I don't know, quick! It's weird! Aren't those, wait, no. I can't remember, were the hotheads these dudes, or were they the little fireballs that they throw out that were in Mega Man 1? I can't remember. Also, nice little effect, if you defeat one, then the area around you goes dark. I like that. Alright, let's hopefully not absolutely fail. Wow, I did not expect the entire screen to go black! Whoa! So the flash stopper, obviously we're using it to stop time, which is really nice in this stage, really nice indeed, especially for that specific area. Ow. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. And then another one, because of course. Oh no, I scrolled another one back on the screen. That's a bad idea, that's a bad idea. Run. So the thing about this stage is that it is possible, I mean it has to be possible, in terms of good game design, for you to actually be able to beat this level without the use of the flash stopper. However, I use the flash stopper to get through the stage. It's also a good idea to have flash stopper for Quickman himself, because that is his actual weakness. You stop time, and because Quickman just needs to be on the move, like the crazy spastic dude that he is, because he has to always be on the move, he will actually just, you know, straight up die. Just like I did. He will straight up just start to malfunction if he's just standing still in frozen time. You just go all Dio Brando up on this guy. If only the triple blade from Mega Man 10 was a thing in this game, and you could just combine those two powers together, like Kirby 64 or something. You could just straight up Dio this guy. Where's the Mega Man power up that allows me to just drop steamrollers on my enemies? I would love that. The power of Zawaldo! Oh, speaking of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5 just started up, which I am super excited for. because, hey, it's more JoJo's. And also, wow, David Productions is already on part 5. I am very happy for all of my fellow JoJo's fans, especially for people who do not read the manga and have not experienced Golden Wind. You know, I was originally planning on actually leaving Quickman to be my last boss, but hey, we did it. And also, I got through the stage on a single life, which honestly isn't too bad if you actually use the flash stopper. But for me, it's always a matter of I need to specifically remember exactly where in the stage I should be using the flash stopper itself. But hey, we've already gone through half of the Robot Masters. Kind of shows you that, you know, Mega Man 2 is not exactly the hardest game in the franchise, which is nice. Even on the Japanese difficult, or American difficult mode, which is the standard US mode. Wait. American difficult, standard Japanese. There we go. Let's see, should we go after one more dude? I don't even remember who's actually weak to Quickman. Huh. I know that Quick Boomerang is weak on bosses later on, but I don't remember who of these guys is actually weak to it. Huh. Well, I guess I'll have to figure that out next time. Yeah, so I'm gonna end off the episode right here. 4 bosses down already. This is a very solid start for my adventures in Let's Play Mega Man 2. I'm Crimson Nero. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and until next time, everyone, fare thee well.